Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning into another Supatease video. And there are some very, very important things that you want to make sure you do before Season 3 starts tomorrow. And in today's short little video, you're going to know what all of those things are. The first major thing you're going to want to do is pick a specialization that you're going to play, because you're going to have paralysis analysis trying to pick what spec you want to play. I'll have a video linked at the end of this one, breaking down every single specializations, its pros, its cons, its play style, what it's suited for, and you're going to know exactly what to pick. And that's a really important question to answer. For myself, of course, I'm going to be leading off this season with the Balanced Druid, which then leads into the next most important thing to do before the season starts. You want to make sure that you've got your honor capped. You want to have 15,000 honor moving into tomorrow, so you can just immediately go into this little room, talk to our little dragon buddy over here, and buy a nice full set of blue gear that's going to be like 30 honor levels higher than our current Conquest gear. Make sure you've got your honor capped. The next thing that you're going to want to make sure that you've got is at least a couple of bloody tokens. Now, there are world PvP quests that have periodically been spawning on the map. I'd suggest paying attention to these, because much like this one, it rewards 400 for basically doing nothing. So pay attention to when these are up. These are the most efficient, least time-consuming ways to get bloody tokens. And what these bloody tokens are going to enable us to do is get weapons like the Hellbloom Spire, which then on Tuesday is likely going to have some trophies that we can apply to it to make it almost a conquest level item. So I would recommend at least getting a couple of these bloody tokens. You may want to sit on them and not buy anything, because I'm not 100% certain yet whether you buy it then upgrade it or you buy it pre-upgraded. So better to be safe than sorry is to just sit on a couple bloody tokens so you can buy some of those pieces, especially the weapon, because if you're not getting a conquest weapon from the vault, this is going to be one of the best weapons in the game. So make sure you get your honor cap, make sure you got your bloody tokens, a couple of bloody tokens moving into tomorrow, so you can just immediately start jumping into the ranked season right away. The next thing that you're going to really want to do to prepare for Season 3 is buy your enchantments. So I have stocked up on a bunch of different enchantments for my main and my alts, and the main reason that we're doing this is because once the raid tier starts and everybody's getting new raid gear, new PvP gear, those resources are going to out of the auction house, and they are going to get super expensive. So buy them now. Get ahead of the rush and get these into your inventory. You need things like sockets on your necks through these tiered medallion settings. You need boot enchants, bracer enchants, ring enchants, gems and sockets to put into it, pant enchantments, weapon enchantments, and chest enchantments. There's a lot of different enchantments that you're going to want to make sure that you get moving into Season 3 today before they are dramatically more expensive. The next thing is that you're going to want to get rid of your Rousing Ire. Now, I wish that I had them still in my inventory right now. It's a little red jewel-like item that you get from PvP boxes. It's called the Rousing Ire. You want to make sure that you're selling these things sooner than later. They lose their value about 2 weeks into the season, and you can get a nice bump of gold. I think I just sold like 100 or 200 of them from this character that made me like 15,000 gold. These Rousing Ires are going to be worth the most amount of gold right now, okay? So this is going to be a big deal, is to sell those Rousing Ires from PvP and get a nice bump of gold basically immediately onto the patch. The next most important thing that you're going to want to do if you want to get some free gold is visit the Conquest Vendor. You can see this character sitting on 8,500 Conquest. You probably got a couple characters sitting on quite a boatload of Conquest. When you go to the Conquest Vendor, they're going to have an item that you can buy called the Obsidian Equipment Stash. So you're going to want to buy as many of these as you physically can. And the main reason for this is because when Season 3 starts and you open one of these boxes, instead of getting a PvP piece of gear, you're going to get 200 gold. And this is going to be the best conversion rate for gold per conquest, with it only costing 375. So you're going to want to spam buy these boxes, keep them in your inventory for tomorrow, and you're going to have a nice little gold surprise that you can open. They no longer convert your conquest for you manually, so do not expect that. I really wish that they did. This is something that I'm doing right now actually on all of my characters to make sure that I'm getting as much gold as I can, because maintaining as many characters as I'm playing with these 2400 challenges is going to be really difficult. Or maybe you want some gold so you can use it to pay for a boost to get another character up to max level for a new main, and this is going to be a nice way to shortcut some gold and make your PvP efforts this season. Maybe you've been playing this week and you got a bunch of conquests to spend. Get these boxes in your bag, but do not open them until Tuesday. The next thing, which is something that you probably needed to be doing up until this point, was banking vault slots. Now, the main reason we're banking vault slots is because they come with this item called the Aspects Token of Merit, which typically, you'd buy a socket or buy something from the the vendor near the vault. What we're going to be doing is holding on to these items because they convert into a significant amount of gold. So on all of my characters, because I've had full PvP gear for a while, there's no real reason to loot the vault. I just let the vault sit. This one's from a few weeks ago on this character. Just let your vault sit and accumulate from previous weeks. You can only have 12 of these in your inventory at a time. So when the season starts, you vendor these 12 and you open up week after week after week of vault. And I think you're getting like 3,500, maybe 4,000 gold, a full vault cap from these aspects tokens of merit. So between selling the Rousing Ire, between buying the Conquest boxes, and between banking up a bunch of vaults at the end of this season, you're going to get a ton of gold, basically just for doing nothing while you're waiting for your solo shuffle queue, likely here at the start of season 3. And I think those are my major things. Other things would be to make sure that you've figured out your talent tree and your build that you're going to want to be going for, what type of content you're going to be focusing on. I'm going to have guides with all that type of stuff. Get up to date with all the changes moving forward. So make sure you smash the subscribe button. That is an important step to hit before season 3 starts. But these are kind of my little quick bit tips that I wanted to give you on the last day, so you can min-max your experience for the launch of season 3. Other than that, thank you very much for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one.